Oh, what's up, Blair Bears? I'm so excited to introduce this episode with my little buddy, Mr. Anthony Jeselnik. He's just the best in the world and makes me laugh so hard. Real quickly, I just want to remind you about a few dates. April 9th, I will be doing one show only, Nacho Bitches, with Corinne Fisher at 9:15 at New York Comedy Club, Gramercy. That's April 9th, one night only. And then following that, I need you to know about Los Angeles. My Netflix is a Joke show that's on May 5th at 7:30 at the Hollywood Improv Lab. And I really need you guys to buy tickets to this. This one's super important. And I need to sell it out. So if you're in LA or in Southern California, please buy your tickets now, like today. That would really help me. Thank you so much. And then May 22nd through the 24th, I'll be in Indianapolis, Indiana. And then I have a whole bunch more dates, and those are all, as always, on punchup.live/Blair Socci /tickets. And I would love for you to get tickets now for all those dates. I'm coming to Washington, D.C., Portland, the rescheduled dates to Cincinnati, Raleigh, North Carolina. So we got a lot ahead, and I can't wait to see you. Also, thank you guys so much for listening and all your great feedback on the Funches episode. If you can leave a 5-star review, that will make a huge difference. It only takes a second. And I'm trying to get these numbers up so I can continue doing this podcast. Yeah, thank you guys. I love you. Please enjoy this really great episode. Okay, bye. I get tagged in these clips and then they're like, die. And I'm like, I just said, like, have a good day or something.
I enjoy reading the negative comments. They make me laugh. And it's always, if you really like, if you're just like, really, what's going on here? This comment's so weird. You look at their profile and they have 0 posts.
Yeah.
They have 3 followers and they just comment on random things. Like anonymity on the internet, I think is lame.
Oh yeah, totally. I agree. If you're watching right now, that was the Anthony Jeselnik seal. If you're anonymous on the internet, you're a loser. Anthony, so you're having a crazy 2026. You just moved into a new house, is that right? I sound like Byron Allen.
I don't want to talk about my house. I want to talk about how this microphone magically got bigger.
Yeah, we have a really good operation over here. And please tell the listeners, how's your dog doing?
My dog is great. He's about to turn 7 years old, which is crazy because now my dog is technically older than me.
Oh, right, in dog years?
I'm 47, he's about to be 49, and I'm like, wow.
You're so open about your age.
Me. I love being old. I say my age on stage, like in my act. And it used to be like people would be like, oh, wow, like you look younger. And now they don't say that anymore. They're
I think you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your hair's looking really good.
Thank you. I just got beard trim.
You have really good hair for a 40s man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
In general.
And now I'm anti like plastic surgery. I'm anti hair plugs.
Is all this
Everyone's
new?
getting hair plugs.
That's because you have a full head of hair.
It's receding a little bit, but I don't want to do hair plugs. Like I just want to age. I want to see what happens to me as I get older. I feel like if you get something done, and no judgments, but you don't get to find out what you're going to look like. You know what I mean? You change something and you don't get to see what the wrinkles are going to be like. I think that's cool. Like Kirsten Dunst was like, I want to look interesting.
Right.
And every Hollywood star looks the same now.
Yeah.
And they look good,
right.
but they look the same. That I like Kirsten Dunst is just like, I just want to like look like shit as I get older and play characters who look like shit.
Wow, you're so down to earth.
I'm super down to earth.
That's so incredible.
It really was just my dog getting older than me that made me realize mortality.
Your dog has changed so much for you existentially in your life.
Mm-hmm. And interstentially. Is that a word?
Do you love your dog more than any of your family members?
Like if my family's drowning.
Including in-laws.
My family's drowning and my dog is also drowning and I can only save one. I gotta tell you, I'm probably saving like maybe my brother, but probably my dog.
Right.
Because my family members also have dogs that I'm like, if I'm drowning, no one's coming after me.
Oh, okay.
No one's getting me.
So this is built on reciprocity ideas.
I see my dog every day. My dog's always happy to see me. My brother came out to visit the Super Bowl, but he's got a kid now, so I'm no longer his top priority.
Right, you're not the number one. I remember that when that happened, it was tough. Okay, so Rummy's gonna live. Okay, we have a lot to get into. We like to start the podcast off with a Freako Fact of the Week. And did you bring one of those?
Yeah, my assistant texted me today and was like, hey, you have to have a Freako Fact of the Week. Do you want me to look up some facts for you? And I go, I'm a weird person. I know weird facts.
I knew you would.
It's like, I knew it right away.
Yeah.
The Eiffel Tower shrinks 6 inches in the winter.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa. Why do you know that?
I know that. I mean, it's contraction, obviously. It's like it gets cold.
Sure,
steel,
molecules bind together. Yeah.
Yeah, you really were a literature master. That I was in a museum. You know the magazine Harper's? Not Harper's Bazaar, which is a fashion magazine, but like Harper's has a page of like weird facts.
Right.
It'll be like 6, the number of inches the Eiffel Tower shrinks in the winter. I was in a museum where they had a guy who reproduced random things in just pencil and paper.
Right.
And he had done that whole Harper's page, but it was like giant. And I remember looking at that, and then I had an audition for MTV's Punk'd.
Oh.
It was like season 4. It was like after it was not cool anymore.
Oh.
But I auditioned, and she was like, give me a fun fact. And I was like, the Eiffel Tower shrinks 6 inches in the winter. And she's like, you're moving on to the next round.
Right.
And so I've always remembered it. I think the Eiffel Tower is interesting.
Yeah.
The history of it.
Right.
How they hated it at first.
Right.
And now they love it. But if you're a tourist and you go there, you're going to get like, murdered.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst place to go. I like the guy who jumped off it to test his parachute device and died immediately. I think that's funny.
Well, he probably wasn't was he the first? Or there's probably been many, right?
He invented this coat that would like billow out and was like, I'm so confident I'm going to go test it on the Eiffel Tower. And immediately died. God, like just plummeted straight to the ground.
Yeah, tough. That's tough.
There was a nightclub in New Orleans called the Red Room. I don't think it's still there. They may have like reopened it, but it was made out of old pieces of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
There was a con man who sold the Eiffel Tower to someone. They bought it and then realized the guy didn't own it. But I think the Eiffel Tower is
making freewheeling deals with the Eiffel Tower?
He wanted to steal. The French hated the Eiffel Tower when they first put it up.
Okay.
They put up like a World's Fair, and they're like, we hate this piece of shit. And now they love it.
Do you like the French?
I don't know the French.
Because I feel like you'd like them in the way that they really stand for shit.
I've never been to France. I've heard they're rude. I don't speak any French. But I've literally never... It's like one of the countries I've never been to that I have no opinion on the French.
Okay, got it. Well... I thought that we were going to get some sort of huge
viral of me slamming the French.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be Anthony Jeselnik slams the French, but no, moving on. Okay, here's my Freako Fact of the Week, equally intellectual.
Oh, I didn't know you were bringing one too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a famed segment of the Space Out podcast. Which, of course, I told you, you may have forgotten that RJ named the day before he died.
I did not know that.
Just threw that in.
What named it? This is like the most generic name ever. Like,
it's not generic, and don't say that because RJ came up with it. But I gave him, it was going to be like Blair, Socci, extraterrestrial, or all this stuff, and then he came up with these ideas. And then
is it supposed to be a space fact?
No, we'll get to the space part. Okay, Freako Fact of the Week. In 2006, a woman farted on the American Airlines plane and attempted to cover up her farts by burning matches. When the passengers reported the smell of burning matches to the crew, the plane made an emergency landing in Nashville, and the FBI was called to conduct an investigation. But ultimately, she didn't land any charges because she said that it was a medical-induced flatulence and that she was just trying to be courteous.
Okay. I mean, I did not know this.
Yeah,
that's a Freako fact I did not know. I would think you'd find a better way. Like, there's got to be a spray you could use.
No, sure. I don't think that she really thought that through. Yeah. Like, the last thing you'd want is fire on a plane.
Not even just like burning matches, like lighting up a match is way more conspicuous than just farting.
Sure. No. And people fart, and we know this from being on planes.
People do fart.
Endlessly, that people are just ripping ass with reckless abandon.
You know what's fun? It's like, listen, I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
Something about you makes me want to just be totally open and honest. I have farted on an airplane before.
So have I, absolutely. What are you supposed to do?
When I get on airplanes now, I put in earplugs right away.
Right.
Like full-on earplugs, like I can't hear shit. That I wonder if like my farts are silent.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like loudly farting on airplanes and just think I'm being cool.
I know. I've wondered the same thing, to be perfectly candid with you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because I do the earplug thing as well. And like, obviously I'm more conscious of it while I'm awake, but I sleep all the time. And like, who knows what's going to happen with my asshole when I'm asleep. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't fart in front of like dudes I'm dating. I never have my whole life. But like in your sleep, like what are you gonna do? Like I've definitely woken myself up before.
With a fart?
Yeah.
Wow.
You haven't? In your 47 years?
I mean, I've woken up. I don't think it was like from a fart. I've definitely had loud farts. Don't get me wrong. But I actually
Thank you for your honesty.
In my new house, I found out that my bedroom and my guest bedroom, the bathrooms are like have a share a wall.
Right.
And if you're in the guest bedroom and I'm in the bathroom, you hear everything. But I did not know that. Like, I didn't realize.
Right.
I, like, went to the bathroom. My friend was like, you okay in there? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, I could hear you.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, my God. That's humiliating.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, and
it's toilet to toilet.
Right.
It's like a thin...
Well, my old building, my rent control building, and no Blair Bears try to figure out where I live. Okay. But the walls are so thin that I can hear my neighbors sneeze. Like whatever I've done in my apartment, they've heard.
That's crazy.
I know.
I can't really hear neighbors in my old place, in my condo. The walls were thick, but there would be vents where occasionally you could hear like singing.
Oh.
Or like sometimes I would hear like neighbors like down the street, like practicing like a musical instrument for hours. It would drive me crazy. And anywhere else I went in the building, I couldn't hear it. Or even outside on the street,
That's so funny
I couldn't hear it. It was just in my condo. But I was like, what pure hell is this? That I'm listening to this guy play like not the saxophone, but like a less cool version of the saxophone.
Right. And that is one thing I feel we bonded over is that we both have extreme noise sensitivity.
Yes. I've been told like people were like, you are autistic. And I was like, I don't think so. And they're like, you go so crazy at noises.
Yeah.
Like
same.
I will lose my mind
Me too.
at people being loud in a restaurant, especially like being sober now.
Yeah.
Drunk people in a restaurant, even if they're like 4 tables over, will make me crazy.
Same with me. And don't you feel that potential autism might have caused you to want to drink to dull the insanity of the loudness?
No, I think I like to drink because drinking's awesome and it's fun. I'll be 4 years sober in like less than a month.
Yeah.
But I think that was just age. But I don't think it never like occurred to me. Noises didn't bother me until I got older. I think what it is more is sleep deprivation.
Right.
Like I've started to sleep better now. Being in a house, I sleep much better than I did in my condo.
Wow.
On the road, I don't sleep as well.
Inspiration.
But I will be, when I'm tired, noises are even more infuriating to me. Like when I first wake up, if someone's doing something,
yeah.
like don't do the dishes while I'm eating breakfast because I will be like anything else.
Right.
Don't open packages that have tape on them.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I sleep with large wax earplugs like molded into my ear. I started when I was in college and had to wake up early for practice. I had an annoying roommate. And it just, but I'm so sensitive. Like I've never missed an alarm or anything. Like I can still easily hear through that.
I use they're not cheap, but they're not expensive. They're like the ones that you buy at like airports or you roll them up and put them in your ear. Like I thought about getting the waxed. I'm like, give me the best ones. Like remove my eardrums if you have to. I would be so happy as a deaf person.
Me too. So would I.
But I use just the ones you roll up. I've got a million of them. If you lose them, fine. But I just put them in, go to sleep. Sometimes they fall out. Like I got woken up this morning by a bird singing. Like an hour before my alarm.
Right. What kind of bird was it, do you think? Is there one that's...
No idea. I don't know anything about birds.
Oh.
I don't know anything about birds.
Right. And you wanted to stay that way.
I don't, like, I'm just not that interested, and their names are weird. That, like, someone's like, there's a hawk around here, and I'm like, cool, a hawk? Got it. But if you're like, it's a warbler, I'm like, okay, that in one ear and out the other.
Sure. Okay. If you ever, like, got into a bird era, that'd be interesting for me.
Did you watch this? There was a documentary on YouTube. My friend was like, you've got to watch this about bird watching. It was like these people just got into it, and one guy was like, I'm going to draw all the birds we find. But they got into the bird watching community because it is like, it's almost like an age you get to where you're like, I'm going to start getting into bird watching and following, and people get competitive about it.
Right.
It was actually a good documentary. I have no idea what it was called.
Do you have any, well, now you're really into working out. You're like Shredded Anthony.
Am I shredded? I lost a lot of weight.
Closely, if you don't mind.
I lost a lot of weight on the last tour. I was down to like 165.
Oh yeah, I know. You told me all the time, and I'm like, quit bragging about being skinny. I don't relate to you.
I felt like hell. I had chronic pain, and I went to the gym after the tour was over. I went to this private gym, and I was like, I'm in pain.
Yeah,
like it hurts to sit down.
Right.
And I've been working out like 4 days a week. Since then, I'm up to 190.
He's 190, Blair.
And I feel much better.
Anyways, let's get to these very important questions. Anthony, what's your favorite thing about women?
My favorite thing about women? That's fun. I've never considered that question. I mean, I like women.
You have only women openers.
That's changed. That had to go.
Was it after me?
No, it was after the last tour. Listen, like I always enjoyed having female openers because it was like different energy, different show. But I found that as I got older, again, this is a cliche, as I got older, they stayed the same age. You know, it was like they were all like, when you have an opener at like 32 and I'm 40 years old, it's not that big a difference.
Don't talk about my age.
When I'm 47 and they're 32, it's like, I just can't, I'm over it now.
Right.
That now I'm just like, let the club pick someone. I'm having the clubs pick people and they give me a list and I pick from that list.
Right. That's how we met.
But I love that I'm like, the last couple clubs I've done, I'm like, this has been great. I've had a good time. I'll never see you again.
Yeah.
And that's been interesting. That I don't know what the next tour will be.
And yet here you are.
Probably won't be.
Doing my podcast.
All of my openers were either like good friends for life or we do not speak ever again.
Yeah.
There's only 2 categories. And you are in a friend for life category.
Yeah, well, that's so nice. Who's your greatest enemy in comedy? Just kidding. Don't answer that.
Oh, I've got so many. I can tell you who I respect the least.
No, you don't have to answer that. That was just a joke. It is so funny though, like opening for you versus like opening for Marin. When I walk on stage for you.
Is it worse or better?
It's guilty until proven innocent. They're like, who's this blonde bitch walking out before our dark prince?
I will say this, like you of all my openers, when you would have a bad set, not like when you were bad, but when the audience didn't like you, it made it so much funnier to me. Like you doing,
because I'm out of my mind.
When the audience is like, it's dead silent, you're just going, sure. Like I would laugh so hard backstage that the other comment, and like, listen, everyone has bad sets, but you were like so committed and big that it really made me laugh. Like I would tell you, like when you have a bad one, like in the way that when I'm bombing, I think some people think it's funnier. Because the jokes are just so harsh and the audience not liking it is really funny.
Oh no, if I'm gonna bomb, I've always said this. I will make sure I will leave a wreckage that you will never forget. Yeah. I'm like, if I'm gonna bomb, it is gonna be on my terms.
I once had an opener a long time ago. I won't say who it was, but they bombed and they got heckled by someone in the front row. And when then they introduced me, when I walked out, they went, "That's them," and pointed at the guy. And I was like, what the do I care? Like, don't make this my problem. Like, I'm not, like, don't ever, like, so I had to, like, yell at these guys in the beginning. It was just like, what are you doing? You never made it my problem.
Oh,
you just kind of, like, you just left a mess, and then the mess was gone by the time I got there.
This happened, like, 2.5 times. Don't act like this was a regular occurrence.
I'm just saying that when it happened, it really made me laugh. Like, I would honestly, like, and I don't know if this how you'll take this. I would rather watch you bomb than watch you kill. I like watching you kill, but when you bomb, I think it is the funniest thing. And I think that's how you know
Look,
when you're friends with a comic.
I'm a lot of fun.
You're friends with a comic when they laugh while you're bombing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I remember once eating shit so hard in New York and walking off stage and feeling like hell. Like feeling like, oh my God, should I still be in this business? And then seeing the biggest smile on Morgan Murphy's face and being like, Morgan's my friend. Like Morgan just had the time of her life watching me bomb and is delighted to let me know that they enjoyed it.
Oh, no, I always say that. It's hilarious watching a funny person bomb, and it's sad watching an unfunny comic bomb.
Mm-hmm. A friend of mine told me, he was like, I've seen so much comedy that even to make me laugh, you either have to be a genius or my friend.
Genius.
You know?
Genius. Now one's going to think I bombed a lot on your tour.
A couple times.
A couple. That's it. On record. Thank you so much. Okay, moving right along. We've successfully bypassed the enemy question. He really wanted to answer it so bad.
I could have given you a list. I could have like pulled it out of my pocket and been like, here you go. It's in my wallet.
It's mostly buff guys and like one skinny guy who hangs out with buff guys.
No.
That was my outward opinion. Projecting.
You think there are a lot of buff comedians?
No, it's like but I just feel like if you're like one of those buff guys, you're not really funny that much.
All of my fitness goals now are I want to be pain-free. The chronic pain I was dealing with, I want that to be gone, and I want to outlive my enemies. The idea of dying and having people that I hate, like at my funeral, or being like, we had our differences, but no one gets to comment. There will be no farewell tour. I need to outlive the people that I hate.
Wait, would you ever put in your funeral like they're not allowed to come, like on your wishes? My grandpa did that for my grandma because she divorced him. She wasn't allowed to go to his funeral.
Right now, in my world, there is no funeral. I don't know if people would do some sort of thing. I don't know if you can control that.
Come on, we're going to have a funeral.
If you can control the... I would thought it would be funny that in your will to have your ashes used in a prank. Like in like a thing where you open the thing and snakes come out. Like it's just like ashes right in someone's face.
You can't.
Put it in someone's coffee.
Oh Christ! He wants his ashes in someone's coffee.
That wouldn't be a bad move. But
okay.
I do want my goal. My therapist was once like, do you ever like? I get really upset when like some friends die and she was like, have you ever thought about, your death? And I was like, no, like, I'm not going out like that. Like, I'm going to outlive all my enemies.
Right.
I want to be the last guy in the nursing home. Like, totally forgotten, but I have outlived all of these. That's when I'm in the gym, that's all I'm thinking about.
Oh my God. I love that competitive spirit. Mm-hmm. I need to try to access some of that when I'm doing any exercise. Because I just sort of, I had such a high level training the first half of my life. I'm pretty burnt out now, and now I just feel like I have to enjoy what I'm doing.
Well, now you set the bedrock, so now you can just kind of spin the wheels. You're gonna be good.
Yeah, but anytime I'm like, oh, I gotta get like hot, like these Pilates bitches, and I go in there and they're all 90 pounds and they're so gnarly. Like, I'm like, how do they access this inside themselves? Like, they train like Navy SEALs. They're the most hardcore bitches you've ever seen. But
you're secretly shredded. Like, you cover it up. You've got the pump cover on all the time.
I cover my whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for like once in a while, a picture here or there on Instagram. You wouldn't know because you don't follow me. Just to remind the casting director so they don't think that they're not fooled by like a XXL.
I don't follow anyone because I was told that if you follow anyone, you have to follow everyone.
That's not true. But I just started.
I follow like 6 people.
Yeah, when I met you, I was following 0. And I did that for 5 years, and I recently caved, and it's the unhappiest I've ever been. The amount of texts.
You started following people?
Yeah, I did. Because, I was being punished by the algorithm, and as Anthony said, we don't want to keep hiding my genius, and so I was like, I guess I gotta cave.
I've heard that if you don't follow a lot of people, they pump you out to more because I swear I heard this. I swear I heard.
No, you
because they want to get more engagement for you, so like it's helpful to follow fewer people.
Oh Christ. Okay, what's a weird ritual that you have?
Honestly, I don't know how weird this is, but I now have a ritual in the morning. I used to never have one.
Oh, really?
But now since I moved into this house, I wake up, I take out my mouth guard, I put it in this like machine that
I have
like
the same
cleans
one.
it. And it's like a 5-minute, like, so while I'm doing
UV
that,
light cleaner.
I have these vitamins that are in like a packet, so you don't have to eat first. You can just do the vitamins. You take a vitamin, you get sick if you haven't eaten.
Nauseous
and then
as
you're
well.
waiting. You're like, I've got to eat something quick. It's
Yeah.
like, I take these packets, tongue scraper,
I'm same.
brush my teeth,
Absolutely.
and then I have this like, I forget what it's like a electric neti pot.
Sure.
That just like you put a salt thing in, you fill it up, boom, and then you put it in your nose, and it's like, and like goes through. And because I'm so afraid of getting sick on the road. Like the one
Sure.
time I got sick and had to cancel shows was with you.
I know.
In Raleigh, and I got so scared going back on the road that it would happen again.
Yeah.
That any little thing I can do to stop myself. So that's my morning routine. And by the time I'm done with all of that, my mouth guard's clean. I pull it out.
You're
put it
ready to
down,
rock and roll.
And I go and take my dog outside.
Okay, that's your ritual. What's your skincare routine?
Skincare routine is I have I went to some place to get a facial once and they just gave me a bunch of product.
Oh.
Like in my like late 30s, someone was like, "What do you use to wash your face?" And I told them and they were horrified.
Yeah.
They were like, "What do you mean?" I said, "To wash your face." And I'm like, "Yeah." Like the apricot scrub. And they're like, "That's a scrub.
Oh my God.
You use that twice a day?" And
Oh
I was
my
like, "Once a
God.
day." And they were like, No.
Yeah, your skin barrier.
And that I have like a cleanser and then like a moisturizer.
Okay.
Yeah.
No sunscreen?
Sometimes if I'm going out in the sun, I try the number one way to protect yourself is sun avoidance.
Sure.
So I'm a sun avoider.
Same.
I try to get a little UV light and then I just avoid it.
Right.
But I think I have pretty good skin.
Yeah, I think you have excellent skin.
Yeah.
Whenever I think I feel like some sort of a rage arise inside of me, that my mom took me out of soccer when I was little because I do believe I could have been an Olympian, then I think about my skin would be much different than it is now.
You think
you
you
know?
just wouldn't have put on sunblock, or you think you would just?
No, I would have put in sunscreen, but
So
it's just like surfing. It's like if you're out there uncovered, no hat for your entire life for that long in the sun, sweating, it's gonna be brown.
I agree.
Yeah. That's why I would never go on Survivor. And amongst many other reasons, autism and stuff, I'd just be wildly uncomfortable. But it would ruin your skin just for 2 weeks.
Is there any reality show you would go on?
I think, well, what would I go on? My favorite one to watch is Love Island, but I think I wouldn't be able to maintain, I don't know if I'd be able to maintain my cool on that.
You don't think you could hold this together?
I think I'd be too triggered because they like put up these diabolical things to like with your head so hard.
I've never seen Love Island.
Oh, you're lucky. Is there any reality show? I don't know. No, I don't think so.
I like to consider myself on like I'll watch Big Brother sometimes.
Oh, really?
Like the pandemic changed reality TV for me. Where I would watch Big Brother, I would watch The Challenge, and I would watch like the best seasons because I'd never seen any.
Oh, right.
I've only seen like one season of Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Survivor's not for me because I would just be hungry and mad.
Yeah, and
I
bugs,
And I would just, bugs would kill me.
Yeah.
But Big Brother, I was like super into, and I asked my agents, I was like, could I do Celebrity Big Brother? Would you guys let me try to get? And they were like, no.
Oh.
Like, no, we would never let you do that show. And then I watched the season and was like, oh yeah, everyone's miserable.
Oh, yeah. No, it looked horrible. Actually, I would love to be on Traders.
I watched. I think I would like to be on Traders, but I'd like to get voted out like in the middle.
Right.
Once it gets toward the end, it seems too stressful. And
Right.
if you get it voted out in the beginning, it's embarrassing.
Do you believe in God?
No.
Okay. What happens if you like think the plane's going down, or like a car crash and you're like hanging out, or like you fall off a boat in the middle of the night? You're not even saying.
None of these things have happened to me.
But
I mean, I've been on a plane where it's like turbulence, and I will say that people think this is funny about me, that if I'm on my way to do shows, all right, let's say I'm flying to Raleigh, North Carolina, and there's turbulence, I'm like, if it happens, it happens. If this is my time, this is my time. If I'm flying home, I'm like, we better make it.
Oh.
Like, I'm way more willing to die on the way to the show than on the way home from the show.
Yeah.
But I truly believe that when we go, it's nap time forever. And I love that. Like my sleep is so bad that I would be grateful.
Yeah.
And that Albert Brooks documentary, he's like, I had a colonoscopy and it was the best like 6 hours of sleep I've ever had in my life. And I hope death is like that. I hope death is like like a drugged sleep where you just get to rest.
That makes me, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but like a year ago when I had the tumor taken out of my head and I was going under, right before I went under the anesthesia, and they were telling me for like 6 months we're gonna have to shave your head, like a reverse, like most of my head. And I was just like, that was the only thing I cared about. I was like, no, like I can't be ugly. You know what I mean? I can't deal with this, whatever. And I was like begging him. And they're like, and right before you go under the anesthesia, they try to distract you with the question. And they're like, oh, what do you do? I was like, comedy, like, is this Uber? Like, I don't know if I should lie. And they're like, have you heard of Anthony Jeselnik? And that was the last thing I heard before, like, I didn't even answer before I went to sleep.
That sounds like sinister. Like, you're about to get into surgery, like, Anthony Jeselnik says hello. You're like, wait, what? And then that's the last thing you remember ever.
But then I woke up after right before that question. I was like, please don't shave my head if you can. Like I'm in on stage like in front of people, and he's like, we have to shave your head. And then I woke up and my head wasn't shaved, but I do have a giant scar. What makes you feel the funniest?
What makes you feel the funniest? Making a stranger laugh. Like making a stranger laugh in the store who's like, when you buy tickets to see me, like I'm putting on a show, great. You know I'm a famous comedian, okay. Like, you can tell if the waiter knows who you are by like how they react. But like I remember Doug Stanhope once said like making the greeter at a Walmart laugh on his way in with like some stupid joke makes him feel the best. Like making old people laugh. Oh. When I would do shows like around town, I would like find the oldest person in the audience who had no idea who I was, and watching them laugh made me feel good. And I don't know about funniest, but like when you make like an old stranger laugh, that I always just really enjoyed that.
Yeah. What do you do when you don't feel funny?
That's a good question. I mean, like when I am on stage or just when I don't feel funny in general?
In general.
I embrace it. I don't want to feel funny all the time. I don't think of funny as my identity.
But like a funk, not like personality.
I embrace the funk. Okay. I let the funk go through me. Like I like being depressed. If I'm watching a sad movie and the sad movie like makes me cry, I'm like, try to get as many tears out as you can before your baseline sets back in, because I think it's good to cry. Yeah. And I so rarely do. Like it's hard for me to cry.
How often? Like once a year?
A couple times a year maybe, and it's always like movie related.
I've heard a lot of men say this, that like they need a sad movie to get out tears.
Sad movie, and as I get older, like a sort of sad commercial can do it to me.
Wow.
There is an episode of Futurama that I cannot describe the plot without crying.
Wow.
The dog episode. Anyone who's seen the dog episode of Futurama knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And there is a commercial. It was a commercial for a British like store. Like they're like Bloomingdale's or whatever. That does a Christmas commercial every year that they nail it. And I've tried to tell people about the commercial, and I start like, and I'll get mad if I start to cry. But then I'm like trying to tell them the story. And then I get upset, and they're laughing at me, and I get mad at them laughing at me. That it's a mess. But I can't even describe the commercial without getting choked up.
Wait, I want to hear it.
Let me see if I can do it.
This is a Space Out exclusive. This is huge for us.
It's a little boy who is, and they're playing the song. It's the Smiths song, like I Can't Always Get What I Want, or When Do I Ever Get What I Want, whatever that is. Okay. And it's like the little boy is looking at the calendar. He's waiting for Christmas. And it's like he's counting the days. And he's just staring at the calendar. And the parents are like, our kid just wants presents. Like our kid's so materialistic. He's just waiting to get his present. What kind of kid did we raise? And he's like waiting and waiting. And then finally it's Christmas Day. And the kid opens the door to his family's house. And he's been waiting to give them their present. Oh. He got them a present. And he's been counting the days to give it to them. That I like literally at the end a little bit, but I was okay.
Your eyes are getting a little bit misty, but we
That's why I wear the sunglasses.
Right. which is we're huge proponents of on this autistic podcast. That is a beautiful misdirect of a commercial and job well done. What were you like as a kid? Were you like a sensitive boy?
Stunted?
A sensitive boy, not stunted.
I was sensitive. I mean, I read a lot. Like once I'd heard that when I was in Montessori school, like as a kid, I think I was like hyperactive.
Even though your family's like really Catholic, you were in Montessori.
Oh, they couldn't wait to get me the out of there. Like I was the oldest of 5 kids, and they had 5 and 7 years. So it was like a lot of us. And when they could get me into Montessori school, but they said I was a nightmare. Like I was just running around, didn't want to like sit still. And I'm sure now they'd be like ADHD, take some Ritalin, but they didn't know that shit back then. And once they found out they could read to me, I would be docile like a little lamb. And that's why like one of the big things that I'm like into reading now, it's like meditative for me. But from the beginning, they were like, read to him. And then when I learned to read, I was like, okay, I just want to like, I know this secret language and I can just like read these books, that I became a different person.
Right.
My parents were always happy to give me a book and just to get me off of doing my hyperactive shit. I don't know how sensitive I was. Like my parents said I didn't cry. Like if they heard me crying, they came running. Oh. Because it was like something serious if I'm crying. But I think I was probably just annoying and obnoxious, like every kid. But if I could read, I would be quiet and was happy to be by myself.
Okay. Yeah, that's me too. And I was just talking to my parents about this because I even have such a hard time. Like reading was the thing I did my whole life, like my full passion, how I spent all my time. My mom would take me to the San Juan Capistrano library. I would check out the max amount of books. I'd read them all in the 3 weeks. But that would have never happened in screen time like today because I struggle to sit down and read a book. Like I mostly listen on audiobooks because every time I'm like chilling or relaxing, I'm like just on my phone and I'm like, oh, reading is like a task, you know? And I'm just like, I would have a completely different brain. Be a completely different person if I grew up now.
I worry about today's kids. I mean, just for exactly that. Like, have you seen this thing where film students, not people taking a film class, but film students who are like, I'm going to school to learn film, can't sit through movies because their attention span's so fucked.
Yeah,
it's
all
like
of ours.
I came here. They used to be like, you'd watch like Yukinawa.
Yeah.
This is a name I made up just now. Like someone who makes like an 8-hour movie, and now they're like, we can't watch these things. That I feel bad because to me the pleasure of having a book, it just quiets the mind. Like they've done studies on meditation. Like you will chill the out if you take 20 minutes to meditate.
Right.
I can't do that, but I can sit with a book for an hour, and I think that's the same thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm working on that. That's one of my goals for 2026 besides trying to have new experiences without means to an end and new hobbies as well.
Have you tried a Kindle? Have you ever tried reading on a Kindle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that helps me read. I read faster because it's like I'm a machine. Like I'm just like hitting that button.
Right.
And reading the words.
And you are taking, I have told you, you're taking an effort with your book club to make the nation less dumb.
Yeah, I am. Jeselnik Book Club. And it's not even less dumb.
I know, you didn't say that. I said that.
I would say more empathetic.
Right.
And more like getting more into literature. I think literature is becoming a lost art. People are like, I read serious books. I read nonfiction. I'm trying to get people to read novels.
Yeah, nonfiction's so boring.
And so Jeselnik Book Club has been doing well so far. We like I would sit and say the book, and the book would sell out everywhere.
Really?
People are like we can't
That's
get the
so
book.
Cool.
Like Amazon would sell out. Like every place would sell out. That now I'm gonna announce this early. When does this come out?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, I can announce it. I'll announce it at the end of the month when I do my book club. But if this comes out before the end of March, you're getting an exclusive.
This is huge.
Jeselnik Book Club is partnering with bookshop.org. And they're going to guarantee the book is in stock. They're going to stock up for me on my picks in advance and make sure you can get it through bookshop.org. And if you buy a book through bookshop.org, you're helping local bookstores, independent bookstores. They give part of the proceeds to that.
Oh, I love that.
It's a great organization, great people, and they're partnering to guarantee that you can get the book through bookshop.org.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And also, I bet, like, as it goes on, you're probably going to get, some of these authors are going to be hitting you up. Like, thanks, pal.
I've already gotten some cool, like, I got asked to write a foreword for a book that I really loved a couple years ago. They're doing a new edition, and they asked me to write the foreword. a guy asked me to interview him at Skylight Books when his new book comes out. Like, I'm getting in that book influencer space, and I love it.
Yeah.
Like, it feels organic to me, and
it's true to your life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you spend all your time. That's
like,
so cool.
The book club, it just started in January, and I'm like, it's not, they're like, how do you feel about it? And I'm like, it's fun to do. I enjoy making the videos and not talking to people.
Right.
Just doing the video myself.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's not impressive in January. Like, by the end of the year, let's see where we are.
Yeah, and it's like your authentic passion. And I wonder truly like what the analytics of that would be like. How many are men and how many are women and all that.
They say my social media team says my like social media is like the high of all the people they represent. And they represent a lot of people.
I know.
Like, I'm like 86% men. But I feel like the comments on my book stuff are mostly women. So I don't know.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's a book club for men, but I'm trying to get men to read literature.
Right.
Which is funny when you say like men don't read literature. The guys in the comments flip out and they're like, stop, that's such bullshit that people keep saying this. And then you'll see a comment being like, but it's true. Like,
I know.
Go look at Goodreads and see what's up.
Right.
Like, it's just a different market, but
or who
I think
are
a lot of women
engaging
are reading
with
these
it,
books.
like who are engaging with it in a really passionate way regularly, like over time. I think it's cool if like I fell victim to my first boyfriend because he was the first guy who well, not my first boyfriend, my second boyfriend, who I met in Orange County who read.
What do you mean fell victim? Like you started dating them and that's what falling victim is?
I think so.
Okay.
But also, like, I wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't have noticed him maybe until we got talking and I was like, oh, I've never like met a guy down here who reads.
Yeah. I mean, just stand out in some way and you'll get Blair.
Probably not, if history serves correct. But, do you believe in aliens?
Yes and no. I believe there is like extraterrestrial life out there. But I think a lot of it is like single cell organisms. Like, I don't think we're going to like meet aliens in our lifetime. Steven Spielberg was just like, they're already here. I don't know if I buy that.
Yeah,
I
there's a new movie
like,
coming out.
Life will be on another planet and then it just like dies out. But I read Three Body Problem and it changed the way I think about a lot of this stuff.
Wait, I think this is exactly what Johnny said too, that he read Three Body Problem. I have to read this book.
Who's Johnny?
Johnny Pemberton.
Okay.
Yeah.
I read this series. Like, someone was like, you've got to check this out. And like, once you get into it, the Netflix series isn't good.
Oh, they have a Netflix
books,
series?
Like, yeah, they did like the first part of the book, I think, in the first season. But it like changes the way you think about the universe. And it's like a hostile universe, like the Dark Forest theory. That like, we're trying to hide from whatever's out there because they're just like, you're going to kill us before we kill you. That I think it's so big, there's got to be something.
Right.
Do I think we'll meet them? No. Do I think we want to meet them? No.
Because of the time-space continuum. I think that they're out there, but it's just like, I don't know, it's like 2 billion light years away. They don't know how to, that's a theory that they don't know how to travel to us.
I don't want to get pluribus. And I don't know if you watch Paradise right now.
I'm so into Paradise.
I'm so into Paradise,
It's
but
so
whatever's
well
going
done.
on now with the time stuff, I'm like, I don't want that.
Right.
I don't have to go through that shit.
But I think that's real though, like parallel reality, like time actually does it.
Sure, I would believe that. I mean, it's so wild that I would totally believe there are other versions of things. I don't care. I'm just trying to survive my enemies in this timeline on this planet. And like, outer space doesn't interest me.
It doesn't.
They'll be like, oh, look, Pluto. I'm like, I don't care.
You don't care about Pluto.
If it's a cool picture, like, I'll take a look.
Right.
But I'm not like, oh, we found an alien. I don't care.
Yeah, you're trying to be present
it.
right now and get the country reading again because we've gone down a dark path, myself included.
It's like in the way that people say we're looking at space, we've only explored like 20% of the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, let's try to deal with people we have on this planet.
Our issues.
And have some empathy for the people around them. Like, the idea that, hey, everybody, let's chill the out is a political statement. It's like a radical political statement is insane to me. That like, that's what I'd like, let's start a little smaller.
Right.
And then go
straws.
from there. I think that's like, you're 2000 and late.
I'm just kidding.
I'll say that.
I'm just kidding. But when the straws thing happened, like that was such a big deal. Like I was like, what the hell? Plastic? Why don't we get rid of Dodge Rams? I was like, plastic straws. And then their first idea for an alternative was paper straws. The thing that just completely
just exploded in your face. It was a prank.
I was so angry for so long. I was like, this is what our huge initiative is in this country.
Like, do you want to buy a metal straw? Why the would I want to buy a metal straw? What am I going to do with this thing? I was confused. I felt like an old person in the future. Like I was just super confused.
Yeah.
Why are straws a bad thing? What's going on? I feel judged when I buy groceries and I ask for the paper bags, even though I use the paper bags for my recycling.
Right. But the paper bag is better than the plastic, right?
Yes, but they want you to grab your own. But
My
now
mom
they
does
say
that,
that people like start piling up those bags, and those bags don't decompose at all. Like the shit that's like bad for you, think is good for you, bad for you. Like just like live your life, but like chill the out. Just chill out.
Look, and this might be in line with what many people have told me about my Hufflepuff sensibilities, but I feel like the aliens are benevolent and they're so much smarter than us that they would have blown us up so many times before this, and they're just trying to make sure that we don't do nuclear war.
I think they'd be smart. I don't think they care what we do to each other, but I think that they are so much smarter than us that they know we would f them up if given the chance. It's the end of the Dark Knight. We're on the two boats. And we don't have the guy who's going to throw the remote control out the window. That guy's dead now. We don't have that guy that the aliens are like blowing both up. Like we got to be two-dimensional if we're going to survive this. That's a three-body problem thing. Read Three-Body Problem. They are great books.
It's nonfiction?
It's fiction.
Okay.
It's nonfiction.
How did you believe in God when you were a child ever, in Catholic stuff?
No, my dad was hardcore Catholic, like made me go. And I remember just thinking it was like weird. And then very early
How
was
old?
like bullshit. Like, I want to say maybe even like 8.
So you never prayed? Because like I took everything so literally that I can now trace back that's the genesis of like my OCD, like feeling responsible for my entire family's salvation.
I remember trying to pray. Like it wasn't a big deal. We would say grace at like Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, but that was it. It wasn't like a daily grace. Praying in church, I was like, okay, I didn't really understand what was going on. I think if maybe they'd kept the mass in Latin, it would have meant more to me because I would have been like mysterious, but I was just like, this is boring.
Yeah.
And then in CCD, which I had to take.
So did I.
They teach you the same stories every year.
Right.
And they're like Jonah and the whale. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Jonah's Ark. I'm like, this is bullshit. Noah's Ark. I'm like, this is bullshit. I was like, wait, Jesus, like, you think it was a virgin? Like, and once I realized, like, I just unraveled everything in like one CCD session. And then I was mad. I was mad that they were making me sit there. Like, this is clearly not true. And was like anti-religion, and then still had to go through like 10 more years of CCD. I remember they were like, if you don't want to get confirmed, if you don't believe in this, tell your parents you don't want to get confirmed. And I went home and I was like, Dad, I don't want to get confirmed because you don't know what you want.
Yeah, I did that too.
And they told me that I hated going to church so much. And they were like, if you just get confirmed, then you won't have to go anymore. Because I was like
they
skipping.
tricked your ass.
I was skipping class and shit, and they were embarrassed by it.
Right.
And so I finally get confirmed. I picked my dad's confirmation name. I picked my Nana as my confirmation sponsor, made them all cry. And then the next day I was like, okay, I don't have to go anymore. And they go, no, you got confirmed. You chose this. Now you have to go. And then
you were like, you switched up.
Livid.
Yeah, I would be too.
Where I went, like the day I went to college, I was like, I'll never go again. And once I got on TV as a comedian, I was like, I'm a public atheist. And now I say I'm an apatheist. Where I don't care if there's a God.
Right, because
I don't
atheism is a whole other religion, basically. They're so passionate about it.
You're aggressive, and people be like, you're agnostic. You can't know there's no God. So I'm an atheist.
Yeah.
But I was furious that they had made me go. I was like, I'm a public figure now. It's embarrassing for me to be in a church.
Right.
When I go home for Christmas, like I don't have to go anymore. Because I was like, I'm not going to come home anymore if you make me go to church.
Yeah.
My dad's very Catholic.
Oh, really? What about, not your mom though?
No.
Oh, that's
my dad
nice.
like goes, he's like an usher now.
Right.
You know, he like goes like multiple times a week.
Well, like I would be growing up in our church in our tiny town is a mission. San Juan Capistrano is like this gorgeous, huge cathedral, which that would give me some like awe and wonder going in there. But, and my parents would agree with me, and we were just like Italian by or they wanted me to do it because we're Italian, not because they were religious at all. And so I'd be like, well, why do I have to do this? And I didn't know how to engage with something like not 1,000%. Mm-hmm. And so like I took it all literally. And then I was like, I'd go home and like ask my parents. I'd deeply wrestle with these things so seriously, and I'd ask my parents about God, and they'd just like change the subject.
Yes, when I realized, and I understand it as like you're in a small town. This is where we go every Sunday to like meet up as a community. I get that. Like I don't want to trash that either. But when I realized as a kid too, like later on, that there was no intellectual curiosity about God or Jesus.
Right.
I remember being like, you know, Jesus was probably black. Silence. Like nobody wanted to. I was like, oh, you guys don't want to know the answers to these things at all. That I was like, oh, this is just like placation. Yeah. And that really made me mad as a kid. Right. Where a lot of my early jokes were like anti-God. Yeah. And then someone was like, no one hates Catholicism more than a former Catholic. Right. And I was like, oh, I'm like falling into their trap. You know? That
you're so contrarian that you
when someone's
had to go the other way.
When someone's like, "Were you Catholic?" I'm like, they tried to make me Catholic. Right. But I remember very early, before anyone else, when people were just like, "Yeah, we'll just read this," I was like, "No. This is like a lie. Right. Like this is Noah's Ark is not a thing. You didn't get 2 of every animal. Right. What the like? Right. I was mad.
What's your greatest dream?
My greatest dream would be a return to intellectualism. Really? Like back in the day when like, you hear about like the space race and you hear about like countries like everyone trying to become scientists to help us get to the moon. You know, like that to me, even when Elon Musk was like goals, it was like, I want to help us get to Mars. And then all of a sudden everything became about money and materialism. I would like a return to intellectualism where kids want to be scientists and not influencers.
But how would we ever get there? Like this Sam Altman saying that he's extracting all the intelligence that we've compiled in history and he's going to rent it back to us for money. Like with AI, like I don't know, what is the path forward to even that? I don't even know how we get kids interested in.
I think AI, and this is me putting on rose-colored glasses, I think that AI could make us have a technological jump that would get people interested again. Because AI is a powerful tool I think it's good for science. Right. I think it's terrible for art in every way. Yeah. But for science, I think it's great that I think it could renew an interest in science that would, and then, again, this is in Three-Body Problem.
Okay, which I'll be reading immediately.
You have to read it. But it's like technology makes these jumps and maybe we can get people refocused. Maybe we need a common enemy. Maybe we need an alien. I'm saying, like, the way that Russia and America were, like, fighting each other, and it's like, we need our best and brightest. We need another nuclear bomb situation. You know, get the smart people in a room and don't let them leave until we can blow up a bunch of shit. You know, like, I would love to have people want to be the best and brightest and not the richest and fattest. You know, that I think that would be my dream for society. But I will say that as much as I want to outlive my enemies, I'm glad I will die when I'm going to die. Right. Okay. You know, like I think things are bleak. Coming out. That, I remember at one point I was like younger, and I remember someone was interviewing a scientist. Yeah. And they were like, "Wouldn't you agree that right now is the best time in the history of the world to be an 8-year-old boy?" And he was like, "Absolutely." And I no longer think that's true.
Right. I agree.
I no longer think that's true, that I'm glad I got through without screens and all that stuff. Like, same. I didn't have an email address until my freshman year of college. Right. And I remember my junior year of college, I took a business computing class. And they were like, "Anthony, are you checking your email?" And I was like, "Of course, every day." And they were like, "Listen, we're going to like give you another chance because we know you're..." Like, it was okay to not look at email back then. Right. And now everything has just changed so much. That's how I feel about like podcasting has replaced lunch.
It is.
It used to be like, let's get, and you and I have had lunch.
Yeah.
You and I will text regularly.
Yeah.
Reach out and be like, how are you? And have a normal conversation over text.
Yeah.
And talk wild shit on all our friends.
Not on our friends.
But yeah, like now it's become like, let's come on the podcast. And I do believe we will have lunch.
Right.
Depending on how the views are on this. If we have to do another one.
Well, we dropped so many controversial sound bites, and but I do think that the anti-reading community are going to be really triggered by this.
Real upset.
Yeah. Well, this was so cool of you to come on. Huge get for us over here at the Space Out Podcast. What should they find you? Your website for your tour?
AnthonyJeselnik.com for tour dates. I'm doing clubs through September, every other weekend, which is great. And then I can announce it here.
Yeah.
I'm announcing it here first. I am jumping to theaters in the fall. I'll be going. We'll be announcing more cities, better cities, if you can believe it, than the clubs I'm doing. And I'm gonna try to like just tour differently. Instead of doing like 4 cities in a weekend, I'm gonna try to like plant myself in one for a long time. But the important thing, Blair.
Yes.
The important thing is Jeselnik Book Club.
Right.
All right, Jeselnik Book Club. You got to sign up. You can go to. You don't have to sign up. You can just like on Instagram, on TikTok. I'll announce the books. On YouTube, I do a video at the end of the month. But if you want to get like straight to your inbox, if you want to smash that subscribe button,
go smash that subscribe button.
You can go to my website, hit Jeselnik Book Club, enter your email address, and we'll send you at the beginning of the month what the book is. And at the end of the month, the video. You can send in questions.
Oh, cool.
Answer people's questions about books. And I'll answer questions about anything. If you really want to know who the person I respect least in comedy, email jeselnikbookclub@gmail.com. I'll answer that question. And although questions have been book related so far, I'm like, I stopped doing podcasts so I would stop talking shit on people. But if you want me to talk shit on people, ask me on Jeselnik Book Club, and I will tell you exactly. I will spell their names for you. It hasn't gotten better.
Well, this was so fun, Anthony. Give us a 5-star review, bitch, okay?
Smash that 5-star button.
Okay, thanks, Blair Bear. See you next week. Love ya. Come see me on the road. Bye.